Welcome back everyone to a Fortnite patch breakdown. This of course being patch 8.2, one of the biggest and most controversial patches we have seen. Well, every patch at this point seems to be big as well as controversial, and there's many complaints out there though, and I think well deserved around this patch. Let's break it down. Of course, the talk of the town, the biggest part of this update being the reverting of probably the biggest update that I actually enjoy to the game, especially for a casual player. If you guys have somehow not seen this, the regular game, the main game will now be reverting these three changes. The mat cap is now gone, so 500, 500, 500 is now going to be back to 999s. Along with that though, no more HP shield on kill. That was again one of my most favorite parts about that. And with that map cap being gone goes the harvest bonus of 40% extra harvest or faster harvest as well. Again, three of the updates as a casual player I thought were the best updates brought to the game for quite some time, and so you guys might be pissed off about that, but for the first time in a long time I'm going to try and reason and talk to you guys about what epic might be seeing, and I'm sure you guys are well aware of this as well. If it's going to work out is the bigger question, but I'm sure what they think, because with this patch, also 8.2 bringing a brand new mode, that being arena mode, and that will be the mode that competitive players will use to qualify for the World Cup, and they will be using the old patch. So there will be the mat cap at 555, the HP shield after kills, as well as on top of that, of course, the harvest bonus speed. So now what they're probably aiming to do, that's my overall thoughts. I do miss the update. As a casual player, I think the regular mode takes a huge hit by doing this, but I think Epic is hoping the competitive players will now go into arena mode permanently as like a 24/7 ranked mode, and the not so competitive players, the not so sweaty players, us casuals, will stay in the regular game mode and have these brand new changes. Now, will this work out? I don't really know. I personally do not like it, but I can see where they're at least coming from. So from the competitive angle, from the viewership angle, luckily enough, this change will not break down or actually ruin the qualifiers. You know, we've seen them release some huge meta-changing updates around the time of big tournaments. Of course, World Cup Qualifiers starting very soon. This will not change that because players will use arena mode to do so, and that's using the old patch. At least they did not make a huge change, right? A huge meta change, adding a brand new like OP weapon during this time, but it does definitely hurt casual play. I am with many of you guys. I miss it already. The HP shield on kill, as well as now it seems whenever I harvest already, because we were exposed to the 40% bonus when it comes to harvest speed, it really kind of feels like a waste of time to actually be farming now. That's my own opinion. I don't like the changes, but still you got to see where Epic is coming from. But also off that, let's see the rest of the update, because there were some unique changes. I think some decent changes as well throughout the rest of the update. The first major part though, I was not really a fan of. So first off, we have a brand new trap, a trap I'm probably not going to use. I don't think it's going to be too big of a game changer. Nonetheless, it's always great to have diversity and various traps out there. I think going to be in between, right? Chillers were pretty lame. I think damage traps are pretty awesome, and I think in between the neutral zone will be these poison traps doing 80 damage over 8 ticks over 7 seconds. So, you know, pretty cool, I think, and hopefully people can learn to use them. I personally probably won't touch them too much. Speaking of something I will touch though, that being the infantry rifle. Most of my friends hate this thing. I actually like it. I think an overall slight buff, although a slight damage nerf to it. It has now become, with hit scan, it actually had some little bit of fall off as well. It was like a sniper in the terms of how it shot in terms of fall off. Now is a hit scan across the map, so it pretty much becomes an average assault rifle. Not a big change, not going to be meta changing whatsoever. I think a huge update though, along with our reversion of those previous updates, and I think probably the best part about the update, 3 brand new heals across the map. Of course, we already had our desert biome, now we have our tropical biome, the first of which of these 3 heals will be bananas. They heal you for 5 HP instantly. They'll be found in the tropical biome. In the desert biome, that's going to be our peppers. Peppers are now going to heal you as well for 5 HP, but on top of that, give you 20% movement speed for 10 seconds. And then found in both biomes will be coconuts, that being desert and tropical biome. They're going to heal you for 5 HP or shield over time. So if you have full health, they'll heal you for shield, and they're going to be found in both biomes, as I said before. So I think any new heals to the game are going to be great, and I think I will definitely be using those, whether they're mushrooms, campfires, coconuts, bananas, peppers, whatever it is. I love new heals to the game, and it definitely helps out most players out there. And then very lastly, ballers out there no longer do collision damage. I think a great update. It seemed to be pretty unfair to just run into someone and they take that fallback / collision damage. On top of that though, they made note that 8.3, our next patch, probably some time away still, they're going to be having more nerfs for the ballers, which actually allow you to shoot through the glass. Some parts will still deflect damage, but the glass parts, which seems to be a majority of the ball, you can actually shoot through in patch 8.3. So huge nerfs seemingly coming for balls out there. I was going couldn't hope to say. I was hoping another reversion would be the actual spawn rate, so revert it back to 100% spawn rate. That added a whole new RNG basis for any kind of mobility out there, so I thought that was a bit unfair. That was not reverted, but some big nerfs still coming for the balls in the future. That was the main part of the update that I talked about, or actually saw, was some pretty big changes out there. If I missed anything, feel free to leave a comment down below. All in all, I thought a pretty solid update. You know, that's my personal opinion. I know that I was not too big of a fan of the reverted updates for the regular game mode, and I'm not good enough to play arena mode probably, so it does hurt a casual player out there. Competitive wise, I think all in all a pretty good update, but everyone has their own thoughts out there, and it seems that each and every update from Epic from here on out will always be controversial, and there's always going to be haters and supporters. No matter what they do, they seem to not be able to do anything right, let's be honest. But either way, we enter a huge important part of the year for this tournament, as well as of course the game itself. That being World Cup Qualifiers. The next 10 to 12 weeks will be those qualifiers, then the World event, then to close out 2019, it's going to be $1 million prize pools throughout each and every week as well. So some big times for Epic, some big updates I'm sure are coming soon. As always, I hope you guys all enjoyed this patch 8.2 breakdown. My name is Jake. I'll see you back here sometime soon with other Fortnite news. Until next time, take care.